Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. So it seems like, see, this is something that bloody OBS does every now and then. And that's, it just forgets its default settings. I don't know why. Yeah, there we go. So, I just honestly think OBS is out to kill me, to be honest. Sometimes it'll switch, positions with desktop audio, sometimes it'll change the microphone audio to the top. I don't know. It does weird things. Strange. Anyway. Not how I really wanted to start the stream, but hello. Here we are once again. Okay. So, we don't have terribly large amounts of things to do. Yeah, we do have something I would like to take a look at, though. I was reading an article sent to me... oop, there we go, wrong password. Right, yes. 1, 2, 3, there we go. Yes, I was reading an article sent to me by, I think it was Major, basically on air coordination, which is actually rather intriguing, to be fair. From what I've read here, it seems when we're performing similar missions in the same sort of theatre. So, for example, let's say we have our naval strike missions over here. We may actually want to change the altitude of different squadrons to help the coordination. Though a better example would be, let's say that we have, let's say that we're actually bombing the airfield of Georgetown. So if I was to have a squadron coming from over here, and let's say another one from Saigon and another one from Cam Bay. Now, to actually coordinate them better, it may be better to have them at different altitudes, only about 1,000 or something in between them. But just something of a different altitude. Would potentially help them out. Now, if I take a look at the actual list over here. So here we go. Factors that influence strike coordination. Plane types, yep, so B-17s want foam up with SPDs, blah blah blah. And no matter how hard you try. Cruise speed, HQ, altitude coordination, weather, origin of attack, range to target, range between bomber and escort bases, or between different bomber bases and different escort bases. Leader stats and group experience, every squadron counts if one squadron leader fucked up. This could have been it. The morale of the units, whether escorts are closer to their targets than bombers are further away, closer is obviously better, standard range ops, or normal range ops. So we can definitely see that there is a large amount to take into consideration here. So that is what we're going to do. We're actually going to see if we can improve the coordination between our squadrons. The actual ability for our air forces to reach out and strike effectively. So I do like that. I think something else we need to take into consideration as well is we've not actually taken a look at the headquarters leadership. We could do with actually improving that, which could result in actually better coordination for our squadrons against all odds, really. So let's see. Corps Army Headquarters. Air Headquarters, okay. Right. Air Headquarters have dramatic influence on level bombers. It is important to have an Air Headquarters within range of a level bomber base. Air Headquarters exert significant influence of a strike craft. Right, okay. Influence patrol aircraft. In naval task forces with carriers, the task force commander serves as the air headquarters. Okay. So what we want here for the air headquarters is high air skill. All of the skills have no influence or bearing on the air headquarters. Okay, so we want to have... So that Lupus, how you doing, my man? So yes, we do want to look for somebody with exceptionally good air command to actually lead the 3rd Air Division. Hello there, Tacoman, how you doing? How are you guys? Yeah, I think that's going to be the best, actually. So his air is not bad, let's be honest. 67 isn't bad at all. And in fairness, let's see, the next best we're going to do is Obata Hideyoshi at 73. But that sounds good to me, and we will do that. So there we go. Ooh, that is rather expensive. So actually, no, considering the cost of that, I'm going to say no this time. He's good. He's not, like, well, he's pretty good, actually. I'm not going to lie. He's pretty damn good. I guess we'll set the plan for over here at Johabaru. That may aid our coordination there against it. I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Had a little bit of a weird start in the actual stream due to OBS being a son of a bitch. But, well. How are we going to make this work then? Actually, I'm quite interested to see what command you're under. So we have the 21st Air Flotilla over here. Of course, we do have the 22nd, don't we, that was moved into Kota Baru. I would like to make sure that the squadrons are assigned to that headquarters to actually aid them in their coordination. I'm going to tell them to actually plan for, let's say, plan for Singapore, probably for the best, actually, considering we'll eventually have bombers going that way. So, may as well actually plan for that. So, let's take a look at the fighters then. Who are they attached to? They're currently attached to the 3rd Air Headquarters. Which is, I'm entirely not sure where. Okay, these men are heading back to Bangkok. Obviously, Bangkok's now just suffering from the lack of supply. Supply will reach there. Okay, so the 3rd Air Headquarters then. Let's figure out where that is. Third Air Division? It may be the 3rd Air Division. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be the 3rd Air Division. Unless there's something else that doesn't look like it. I'm going to go with that then. Right, so you're over here actually. Okay. So of course this is the command that is responsible for the bombers here. Would I be better off having them in the same headquarters? Right, headquarters. I think what I may do is actually have the fighters assigned to this headquarters over here, the 22nd. Considering the distance really would probably be quite beneficial to have them right on the doorstep of their headquarters. So I'll have their commands changed to the 3rd. Okay, these lilies over here are currently in for maintenance. Now, what I've been looking at as well suggests that sweep missions cannot actually be linked up together. So no matter how hard we try, we'll never have a sweep mission coordinate with other squadrons. So they'll always arrive at different times. So it does make me wonder, would we be perhaps better off having the A6M2 zeros? I mean, we do have 5 of them out of action for the time being. 3 under maintenance and 2 damaged. So obviously we'd only have, yeah, not quite a full squadron. So I do wonder, is it perhaps for the best to have the A6M2 zeros potentially escort the carriers over here, or potentially run combat air patrol, or potentially even long-range combat air patrol over this area? Now, I see 6 bombers over here, which is intriguing. Yeah, we need to keep up the actual detection over here, and eventually over Singapore as well. But you can see the number of fighters has dramatically decreased, which is quite good. So I'm kind of tempted. I think the numbers is what's quite important. If we take a look at the actual Ka-43s, it's the 1B that's probably going to be the best here, considering it has the 12.7mm Ho 103 MG. Yeah, it's only got 2 machine guns. They're not exactly the most deadly aircraft. Their maneuverability at 15,000 feet is pretty exceptional. I mean, it's actually better. It has more maneuverability than a Zero, and that is impressive. Gun value is less than half, but that's bloody impressive. Speed is something we need to take into consideration as well. So they are slightly slower. Then about, yeah, same speed as a 1A Oscar. So that's good to know. Hello there, Black Star, how you doing? Indeed. So I think what we're going to do then is actually have the Oscars operate at that effective. And then again, this is it, isn't it? You take a look, obviously, over here. We take a look at the Zero. There's actually a big difference in maneuverability here. So there, Paul, how you doing, my man? What I'm thinking here is we potentially consider dropping our altitude down to about 15,000 feet. The reason for that is potentially maybe for the best to have that maneuverability. But I think what I'm going to do is actually have the A6M2 zeros while the rest of the squadron is being repaired. I don't want to go in with too small of a number, considering the fact we will be heavily outnumbered. The Ki-43s, obviously the 1As and the 1Bs obviously do have over 20 planes, which I think is a good number. It's why the plan calls for massive amounts of production of these land fighters. Oh, absolutely. You can definitely see why. I mean, of course, these Zeros do have far more effective armaments, but they're nowhere near as maneuverable, which is quite nice. The Zero does have a advantage in speed, which is nice. Yeah, Zeros operate best at around 20k feet, and Oscars at 15, yeah. I mean, the thing is with these Zeros, there's not much of a difference between 10 to 15 and 16 to 20, while for the actual Oscars, yeah, there's actually a rather large difference. So we are going to actually change how we operate here. What we're going to do as well, relative to earlier war, earlier war allied dispositions. So we're going to have you down to about 15 feet. Sorry, 15,000 feet. Now, considering the fact that it doesn't actually matter when it comes to coordination between sweep missions, because they can't coordinate, we'll have both Oscar squadrons. We have the 59th Sentai and the 64th Sentai. They're going to both operate at about 15,000 feet. But when it comes to other squadrons that aren't being launched from the same base, we'll probably have to take a look at actually changing their altitude, really. I'll have to read that article a couple times, really get the most out of it, make sure I understand it, absolutely. And we also do need some pilots here. Can I request veterans? No, because we don't have any. But I'll request pilots. So you take a look there. So I actually do have some planes in reserve here, which is fantastic. So I'm going to give them all the reserves I can. Well, actually, let's see. Can I change the number here? I can't. We are now on turn... Is this 11? Yeah, turn 11. So the 18th of December. The Oscars can also win at 25,000 feet compared to Allied fighters if he runs them super high. That's really interesting. Well, yeah. I mean, there's a big difference there. That is a big difference. I mean, that's nearly a 50% advantage there. So that is actually really good to know. Okay. Yeah, we'll take a look at production shortly, actually. We do have production really ramping up, but if you'd like to take a look at it yourself, then we can actually do that. Okay. Click on Request Veteran, and then click in the top right corner. Ah, right, okay. That's good to know. Right, I see. Right. I think this was a pilot that yeah, he's a bomber pilot, actually. I think he was the actual pilot that I took out of a squadron some time ago and didn't know how to use that. But that's quite good. I mean, what we can do is actually take a look for, well, exceptional fighter pilots and have them, yeah, really changed around. That'd be quite nice. Also, remember to have some mass training squadrons with flying boats. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, that's very good to know, though. Thank you very much for that, Lupus. Right, so we have enough pilots here, that's clear. We do have planes in maintenance. 28 is serviceable. And 2 are in maintenance. So what I'll do then is give them an additional 2 pilots. There we go, so give them that total of 30. Yeah. Right then. I do think it's probably for the best to actually have these Zeros escorting the carriers. I think the carriers are going to be major targets. So I think any and all combat air patrol that can be assigned to protect them is probably for the best. I mean, they're going to be like moths to the flame, really. Though it does depend. We might be better off actually running just combat air patrol in this area, considering that Kotoparu was under attack. So I think what I'll do then is actually run combat air patrol in this area. Yeah. Or even escort. No, escort isn't going to be a good idea, is it? I'll run... Yeah, okay. Right, what do you guys think then? Do we have the Zeros escort the carriers? But the thing is with the carriers, I'm going to make sure that each and every one of these Zeros is up in the air. The risk is we only have 2 carriers here with a great deal of Zeros. It may even be worth our time to actually have these Zeros actually then land on these air bases over here, potentially split up the squadrons or something of that nature. Due to the fact that at least they can't obviously be destroyed at sea. But obviously then we lose that maneuverability, which is what we really like. I mean, the airfields will be under threat, but they're always going to be under threat. If we take a look at what he actually did in terms of attacks last turn, that might give us a little bit more of an idea of what to expect. Yeah, night air attack on Cote Baru. Obviously sent in a couple of bombers here. 9,000 feet. That's interesting. So quite a low raid there. Quite a low raid. Night air attack on Cote Baru. Another bomber there. About 10,000 feet. Right. It's a shame that we missed this actual troop transport. That would have been a really nice target. I would have loved to have hit that and it had troops on board. Hello there, Class. How you doing, my man? Yeah, we are worried about the actual submarines around here. Don't worry about that one. We do have the carrier bombers. The dive bombers and the torpedo bombers actually running ASW, so anti-submarine warfare, which is why we know about them, I'd imagine. So they may have a chance of actually detecting them and attacking them. I do have some additional B5N1 Kates from Camaran Bay that I probably might base somewhere to potentially like Saigon or somewhere else, maybe even Cote Baru, but Cote Baru is a little bit full at the moment, and actually have them running ASW patrol. Would be some nice experience there for them, but at the end of the day, if we can actually have additional planes here to well, potentially threaten these submarines, I'd be very happy. We do have a decent, well, not a huge amount of ASW here. We are really lacking on that one. I think part of our actual defense is going to be speed for the most part. I do have additional surface assets that I would like to get into the area. Yeah, like they lack quite heavily on ASW. I might be better off actually having them come in later. Possibly so. Though, if we move at full speed, we may have a chance. They still have some actual escorts, so at least that is going to give them something. We do have a convoy over here, which I'm going to send additional escorts from Saigon to. Yeah. Okay. We'll see. I doubt he's going to go for the airfields, considering the fact that he knows there's a carrier here. I would be extremely surprised if Task Force 294 was not actually detected by the enemy. Can we figure that one out at all? Will it give us that information? 292, 292. I'm looking for 294 here. Can you not send the DDs from Cote Baru? Well, we do have additional forces at Cote Baru. Well, I mean, yeah, we do have additional forces at Cote Baru. I would like to actually send them out to meet the actual task force itself. But we'll take a look at that one shortly. Yeah, Task Force 294 detected by Allied aircraft at 6177 near Camaran Bay. So he's absolutely aware of us then. Yeah, he knows we're here. 294. So, let's take a look. We do have this task force over here then, which is a lot, yeah, that's a lot of ASW capacity. So I am going to tell them to head out at full speed. And I am going to tell you to meet the carriers. Yeah, meet Task Force 294. Where they set to follow. I would like them to merge. Is there a size limit here? Yeah, we will have troops on their way. We do have them coming now, actually. I have myself... Where is it? Yeah, okay. So we have the escort carriers and destroyers, obviously troop transports, AV, APDs. These guys are going to be heading out to Miri. I've got them set towards Camaran Bay, obviously, to get them away from this area. But they will be heading out here. I'm going to tell them to... Yeah, they're currently heading full speed. That's good news. They do have a decent amount of ASW, which is nice. We do have the planes from the carriers actually on ASW as well, which is good news. Yeah, so it will be the escort carriers that will land down in this area. They should be pretty good at it, considering the fact they obviously do have a aircraft and... I believe they have infantry aboard and aviation engineers. Yes, they do. So that's good. We can get a base set up pretty quickly here. So that's going to come down and take that. We saw last turn that Mersing, yeah, Mersing's definitely been reinforced quite heavily. The thing is he going to go for the shock attack? I'm not entirely well, certain, to be honest. He may try it. I don't know if he could manage it. He might be able to. We did take a beating. Not a terribly large beating, but we still took a beating. But the good thing is he's had to deploy 10,000 troops here. And that means, well, yeah, they're closer to me now. They're further away from actual safety and actually where they need to be. I mean, what does Mersing really matter? The thing is, if I take it, yeah, sure, I can land troops there, but obviously I've still got this situation to deal with. So it's not like I can do it anytime soon. Possibly within the week, but I can't do it now. I think you should make 2 task forces with 2 ASW ships each and follow the carrier force with reaction set to 2 to 3. They should intercept submarines before they even get to shoot at the carriers. That sounds like a good idea. So, from the actual forces that are already here, or from these additional forces? I'm a little bit hesitant to take it from the actual task force here and present, so what I'll do is actually take it from these forces over here that will come and join. I am somewhat hesitant. Right. So just meet the task force 294 here. Right, tell them to merge. Head out at full speed. Okay, I do have some additional heavy cruisers, and I have a light cruiser here, and also the destroyer. We will tell them to head out and merge as well. So meet the Vanguard, and then merge. Plane from port. Full refuel. Okay, we're fully armed. What we'll do is when we have the numbers here, then I will do that. Take DDs from that large task force you sent to merge with the combat area force. Yeah, the one over here at the Gulf of Siam task force. That one I can definitely do. So we'll set them up then. So should we set them on ASW missions? Yep, okay. So we'll also go for the numbers here. Yeah, it definitely is an overkill. But that fleet I'm putting together contains elements obviously from the Philippines and elsewhere. What I wanted to do here is use it to obviously really speed up the invasion of the Dutch East Indies. What I'd like to actually do is use the heavy cruisers for them bombardment and have them rotate in and out, as well as destroyers in and out. The AA is essential. I need lots of AA. Right, there's a lot of engine damage there, so I think you'd be better off staying behind, otherwise you'll slow the entire force down. You'd actually import as well, so that does make sense. Okay. A shame as well, because you're quite a good ship. Okay, so 3 destroyers here. Yeah, that leaves us additional... Well, we do have 4 here. The APDs are too slow. Everything else is too slow here. Retirement allowed, or else they won't react if you send them to remain on station in the task force. Right, okay. So, retirement allowed, we'll set them to react to within, I'd say, 3 hexes. We obviously don't want them to get close, do we? So I'll have you, actually we want you to follow that task force then. So follow the actual carriers. There we go. That's a good idea. Very good idea. Retirement allowed, we'll just mirror that now. Okay, turn off Walton ports. So we have Task Force 43, and then we have this Task Force here. 85. Well, I'll take an additional one into this Task Force here. Task Force 54. What does that leave us then behind? So, of course, it leaves us with 1 heavy cruiser and 3 destroyers. What I'll do then is obviously just to make the numbers match is I'm going to take one of the destroyers there. That's pretty sweet. Awesome, good idea. I like it. I think it'll work out really quite nicely. Yeah, we'll take one of these actual destroyers. Their AI is actually pretty good. There we go. Yeah, that sounds pretty great, Black Star. I'd really appreciate that. Okay, now what we're going to do is tell you to actually merge with the carriers. I think there's a certain limit potentially to the amount of warships in a fleet. But we definitely are building up a massive force here. The reasoning for that as well is the fact of I can't be caught with my pants down in this area. I do not want to be in a situation again where we are pushed out of the oceans by allied surface combatants. We need to take advantage of the fact that we do have these surface task forces in the area, effective and operational, and yeah, he doesn't right now. I need to make that work for me. Okay, follow task force. Yeah, we'll mirror this tactic across the board elsewhere when we can do then. So you're currently set to mission speed. I think it's 25? Sorry, 25 what, sorry? Oh, 25, right, okay. I think when it comes down to transportation task forces, I think the number is like ridiculously high. Is it like 100 or something? I know it's higher, so that would make sense. Okay, so you're to head out at full speed. You can obviously make mission speed here due to the fact you are moving at 33 knots anyway. That sounds pretty good. Or do I tell them to make full speed so they actually arrive in the area? I'll tell them to have a turn of full speed just to make sure they arrive in the area. Yeah, actually here, where they can be effective. Okay. So to be honest, we are going to see quite a large force here. You take into consideration that we have Fuso, Yamashiro, Issei. We have Hyugan over here. I do wonder, are we better off actually having the battleships in this task force rather than in this one? But then again, considering the actual speed of the carriers, it doesn't make that much of a difference. We do have the seaplane carrier Chiyoda. Obviously, this is something I do not want to be damaged. Ideally. Yeah, she has practically no armor. So I'd say probably better off to have the battleships in this task force. At least then it does give us some solid defensive capabilities should we actually find ourselves in a surface pitch battle. Well, a pitched surface battle. Yeah, we should be fine. And of course, the heavy cruisers are moving in over here will make a considerable difference. I mean, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over here. We have an additional 2 over here. So that's going to be 8 heavy cruisers, an additional light cruiser, all these extra destroyers in the area. It's going to find it hard to actually approach this task force. And if we follow the same tactics as we just took a look at, in regards to obviously having, well, mini guards, mini picket forces, I suppose would be the actual term there. Destroy picket forces, then I think we'll actually be pretty tough. Especially as we do have air support, and we do have offensive air support as well. We have our fighters. Yeah. BBs are good in a carrier task force for their AA and in support in case they get jumped on. That's very true. Yeah, we'll stick with them being there. What I'm going to do then is, let's see about room in these airfields. 193, yeah, you're definitely over capacity. Are we expanding the airfield here? Because I definitely need to do that. Yeah, let's expand the airfield. ASAP. I should have been doing this from the start. The cool thing about this game is I'm learning a hell of a lot. There's a hell of a lot already that I wish I'd have done. What I will do. Okay. Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is it. You've got to have a certain number of actual destroyers in place. Otherwise, you're leaving the main force to bare bones. But we can definitely do it once we assemble this great armada. The good news is we do have a oiler over here, so that is going to be vital fuel needed. Right. What I'm going to do then is we'll take a look over here then. So I'm going to look at surface combatant, remain on station. So we do have an additional heavy cruiser in here. What I'm going to do is actually take the destroying minesweepers. They do have exceptionally low range, but the fact is they do have ASW capabilities and some AA, some gun power as well, firepower. And we'll take possibly the... yeah, let's take all of these. I need to have that escort force there. So tell them to merge. Tell them to make full speed to actually make it. There we go. Obviously then we can take fuel from the actual transport ships. The main reason why I'm being overprotective on this force here is due to the fact it contains the necessary requirements for you to form a division here. And the division will dramatically increase my power there. So I absolutely need it. Okay, so going back to our earlier question about the A6M2 usage. In my Guadalcanal game against Mage, I learned how a destroy picket screen and patrol near the front line can be useful and pain in the ass for the enemy. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So we'll use that to our own advantage. Now... See, part of me wonders, perhaps I should sweep at another airfield over here. Perhaps I should have them set to escort the bombers. Perhaps I should have them escort the carriers. Perhaps I should have them in combat air patrol in this area to protect our airfields. Right. Yeah, right. Put the zeros up to 20,000 feet. Well, actually, put them down to about 16,000 feet. Nah, buggered it. Put them down to 15 again. Right. So both squadrons are going to be out in absolute force. I'm going to tell them to actually escort the carrier group. Right. How do I want to play this then? Do I want them on combat air patrol? Or do I want them to be in... Well, or do I want them on task force with long range combat air patrol? I suppose at the end of the day they'll do the same thing, but obviously they'll focus on defending the carriers. I don't want them to be too far away though, that's the thing. What do we reckon on that one? Obviously it's going to be quite important. I'd imagine the carriers will come under heavy attacks. We absolutely need to make sure they are protected. I'll just give Chad a couple moments there just to pick up on that question because it's a very important one. We'll come back to the carrier question then afterwards, once we have an answer then in chat. I could probably get away with doing that, but I want to make sure it is actually going to work. I think what I'm going to do then is actually, yeah, we'll take the A6M2 over here. I'm going to send them to long-range combat air patrol. Of course, these planes can't fly anyway. What is the condition of the other planes? The condition is varying. So what I'll do is I'll have 20% of the squadron... Actually, no, we need to make sure we do it this turn. So what is available will escort the carriers in. Yeah, just the edge of our range. What did that just say, actually? Right, task force currently out of range. Staggered combat air patrol is the best for protecting a CV task force. Yeah, well, yeah, we could potentially do that. Hello there, Justin. Hello there, David. And how you doing there, class? I know you're already in here, but I'm going to say hi again. Yeah. See, we've got the Tainan KUS squadron at 20,000 feet, 100% of them on combat air patrol. We have the other squadron, the 3rd KUS, on 15,000 feet, 100% combat air patrol. That does give us some pretty impressive numbers of zeros there. Yeah. You take a look there, so in total we have 74 fighters on board. 71 of them are ready. So that's 71 zeros to jump into the air. The morale of the 3rd KUS is actually exceptional. The Tainan KUS 85 still very good. Fatigue's roughly the same. I'm going to have them operate at about 16,000 feet, I think. Long-range combat air patrol off land-based aircraft targeted task force will follow the task force as well. Okay, that's good to know. Right, we'll go for that then. I'm going to go for about 16,000 feet here because it will, if we do jump on anything, we will still have that air advantage, but I want to be closer to the deck so we can actually, well, ideally, dive. But I don't want to be too far away from 10,000 feet, 9,000 feet where they'll be operating. So I'll go for about 16,000 feet here with long-range combat air patrol. I think we'll have these squadrons then continue to operate on that. Yeah, probably for the best. I'm half tempted to actually divide the squadrons as well, potentially. Possibly so. Nah, mate. This is the last... it's probably going to be the last order stream. And basically how One Pacific works is obviously we have the hours of issuing our orders, obviously the strategy there, then we'll have a couple of minutes of actual action resolving. But the thing is, the amount of work and effort that goes into these really does make it just exceptionally worthwhile. Yeah, I would like a definitive answer on what to do here. Whether we stick to the 100% combat air patrol or whether we stagger it, i.e. have the squadrons divided, some of them running long-range combat air patrol obviously targeted on the task force, or we just stick there. What I'm worried about is the possible issue that we might have the entire squadron go out and then something else slip in while they're resting or something. So I'm somewhat worried. I'm leaning towards actually having them staggered. Might be for the best. That's good to know, man. I wouldn't want you to be bored. See, I'm half tempted as well, considering the fact that we do have the KI-43-1As. Their ability isn't amazing. They only have the two 7.7mm. Then again, I suppose I've got to keep up the sweep. I can't really focus everything on the carriers. The carriers can look after themselves. They do have a lot of AA. We do have, like, what, 74 zeros there, so they do have a lot of fighters. It's just making sure they're used correctly. Right. We'll move on for the time. Right, 100% combat air patrol will work. Split to get separate altitudes. Yeah, I think we probably want to have a mix of altitudes. I'll split the division, the actual squadron, just to make sure that not all of them are out. I mean, 3 squadrons of 15 is probably going to work quite nicely. So, 20,000 feet, have you with the... I am going to make sure they all have the drop tanks as well. I'll have you operate Fatigue will skyrocket though. Yeah. True, a lot of AA didn't help in Midway. Okay, what we'll do then is we'll have... I'll run about 80% of the squadron. See, the thing is, I'm being very cautious in this first turn. See, the issue as well is we do have inferior commanders. Right, we'll build the unit back up. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to have 80% of the squadron actually out there and fighting. I'll have 20% of the squadron resting then. Yeah, we already have that set up, Carl, don't worry. Well, we don't have any bombers here, but we do have the bombers and the other carrier groups that are doing the exact same thing. I must have forgot to actually give them some time to rest here. Sweep from land-based fighters and escorted bombers plus CV task force. Port strike on Singapore, perhaps in a turn or two. Well, we potentially could do. I mean, the thing is, we've already taken his fighter numbers down here. So, of course, we'll sweep again, which is obviously going to draw some of his combat air patrol. Actually, that's going to be quite good, isn't it? At the end of the day, he's going to draw away some of his combat air patrol. So, if he does have his fighters set to escort the fighters... Sorry, escort the bombers. Potentially numbers of them will be drawn out to fight the fighters over the land. Obviously, then reduce the amount of fighters that are available to escort his bombers. You can have the reconnaissance planes do the same. Yeah, the reconnaissance planes are still operating. I do have to double check their actual missions, but they're still open in this area. I'm really considering having the Ka-43's escort as well. I think the thing is, it's no weighing back should the carriers be damaged. They are carrying a precious cargo. I think there's only really about one turn to fear. A couple turns of bombers to fear. I mean, yeah, you take a look, he has over 60 bombers. I think it's probably worth it to have an additional squadron. I'll have the 1B sweep here, considering they are going to be the best at it right now. Yeah. We'll have the 1As join in too. I just think it's going to be worth the just worth it. My detection level on Singapore is 1 second. Right, long range combat air patrol. Right, using drop tanks. Escort them obviously once they come into range. Okay, so our detection on Singapore is 9 out of 10. Is it 9 out of 10, or... I can't remember how it works with detection, what it actually means when it says 9/10. It was about the same as Johor Bahru. Well, the thing is, if Mersing falls, then yeah, it sucks, but at the end of the day, it's only the loss of about 2,000 troops. I'd rather keep the actual bombers available. To be honest, Mersing is... well, it failed. We couldn't obviously land the forces there that we wanted to, but we're actually tying his forces up there quite nicely, so I'm not going to overcommit to something that isn't really relevant to the rest of the campaign here in the Malayan Peninsula. The main thing here is destroying his air forces. Once we batter his numbers down, then we will be quite merciless in running airfield attacks, obviously reduce his numbers further. Right, it's 9 out of 10, okay. So we have some pretty good information then. Right, so he's got detection 3 out of 8, so he doesn't have amazing detection over me. He's not even aware of supposedly... Yeah, he's not aware of the Vanguard either, so that's good news. Very good news, okay. Well, Carl, the thing is, it's like, those troops are gone now. We can't do anything about that. It was a shame that they died. The thing is, of course, we would have preferred them to have landed at Mersing, and it would have meant the victory at Mersing that we wanted. But that time has passed, and we have to recognise that. And, yeah, overcommitting to Mersing against some Australians isn't going to win me the war in Malaya. It win me Mersing, but I'll have a lot of dead bombers with very little to show for it. You might see the ships that he has in Paul Pepper in the mouse. Right, okay, we'll take a quick look. Okay, so DD, DD, MTB, AMC, DD, LCVP. Well, they haven't killed us. We lost a lot of zeros, granted. But it hasn't screwed the campaign at all. It's been a loss. It's been an unfortunate loss. It's been something that I found rather impressive myself. I mean, obviously I didn't go for the best idea having them attack the airfields. I thought with the actual surprise effects it would have been okay, but yeah, it turns out, yeah, definitely not. Definitely not. Something I'll never do again. But half of the fun is actually learning and making amends for these mistakes. Making it work, really. Right. Okay. Yeah, pretty sure. God damn it. Pretty right. I kept reading it and saying what I was reading rather than saying what I was thinking. Okay. So you're going to operate about 16,000 feet. I'll have you operate about 20,000 feet then. We'll reduce the levels of combat air patrol then down to 80%. As of course we do have additional fighters now that will be escorting the carriers. That will come in from different times as well, which is good news. So I still have some A5 M4s. They're bloody awful, aren't they? But at the end of the day, I might just have them fly this turn just to have some additional fighters over. Yeah, I'll have them fly this turn. I'm being extremely cautious here. Extremely cautious, because I do not want to lose these light carriers. I do not ever want to lose the carrier. So I don't believe there's such a thing as too cautious at the moment. Until we destroy a good amount of his actual bombers. And to such a degree where we can reliably deal with them. Okay, 15,000 feet. If you even have the range to do so. It's very limited, so not even worthwhile, actually. I think from now on, because of the loss of that BB, all the damaged ships that have the chance of surface combat should be in large task forces. Well, yeah, that's, Yeah, I mean, the thing is, they weren't meant to be separated. It was due to the fact that we didn't actually have our task force threat tolerances set. Otherwise, things could have been different. Okay, never mind. They can go back to training. There we go. Yeah, exactly. If they had a little bit more range, then yeah, they could have been relevant, but yeah. Maybe put the Claudes at 5,000 feet, as the level top bombers will come in at, potentially so. And I could have them move to Sock. It might be worth it to move them. Yeah, you know what, bugger it, we'll move him to Sock. But again, the range from Sock is still 5. And they are going to be heading out of range pretty soon. But again, I did talk about actually having them head towards Kota Brugge, so I think that's probably for the best. Our Zeros obviously have the range here. What we will do then is... I wonder. Is there a limit to how many ships you can have in a group? I think for warships on such missions as this, I think it's about 25 warships. But I think with surface transports, basically transport task forces, I think you can have like 100 ships or something of that nature. Okay, I think what I'm going to do here then is we are going to set something of a waypoint. Okay, destination required. Am I giving it to the actual Vanguard? Yeah, I am. Okay, I'm going to give the Vanguard a destination towards just the outskirts of Kota Brugge. So what I'm going to do here then is I think we will use our waypoint system. Yeah, it's a shame. Just shots not getting off, isn't it? Right. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to actually head back out to sea. Back towards the South China Sea. We're then going to head towards Saigon. I do need to avoid coastal water zone. Right, ocean shallow. So the ocean's just shallow in this area. Which is actually worse for submarines. That's actually better. So we'll head out of deeper waters, where submarines obviously have a, well, freedom of movement that we don't want them to have. So yeah, we'll head back towards the actual coastline over here. Then we'll have stick close to land for the time being, stick close to actual friendlies. Or do you fear some Blenheims, which might come and only reduce the local fish population but won't hit your ships? To be honest, it's a bloody biplanes I fear, and it is crazy, but they have been very effective so far. I just do not want to lose a carrier. I don't want to lose a carrier at this stage. Remember, also for the Vanguard, use patrol zone and retirement allowed, plus reaction centers, they actually react to the enemy task forces. If they're set to remain on station, reaction orders are ignored. Okay, that's good to know. To be honest, I like to do that for the other task forces as well. But I don't want the main ones to obviously react to, right, so that is the point. Okay, so, yeah. That's the air combat. We need to just operate at mission speed, actually, don't we? We don't want to be outrunning the carriers. It's going to be worthwhile as well. We're not going to obviously use as much fuel. The system damage isn't going to be as high either, so that's good. Okay. Going to set a third waypoint then. For about there. Yeah. The biplanes are going to reach out to Mersing. Their planes have no range to hit your carriers, which is true. Though... What is the range of the biplanes? I know it's not extensive. Right, that's the ship's database. Take a look at the aircraft database. Do I get an idea of their range here? Something about 6 hexes? Okay. Right, torpedo bombers. Can I click on it to see range? Right, 6 hexes, okay. Okay. So, let's see. From Johor Bahru... Okay. Yeah, the range of the Val bombers is 8. Okay. Yeah, those are good arguments. I think I was being overcautious there. So obviously take into consideration the range of his bombers. Of course, he will still have Blenheims, well, Blenheims and etc., but we should have a better time faring with them. So what we'll do then is let's take a look. So 8, 7, 8. I mean, obviously this is so Singapore's even further away. Okay. So we need to stay above this line. So what I'll do then is I'll just bring up the pen, and then at least we can actually have that drawn out so we actually know what we're doing here. Okay. Right, there we go. So let's just double check that then. Yep, on the other side of that line is out of range of those pesky little bombers. What I'm actually wanted to do with the carriers in this region, well, the reason why I have them fully packed with zeros, is I want them to be somewhat positioned over here in the Gulf of Siam, and I want them in coordination with the air bases over here to actually effectively level his bloody air force here. That's what I want them to do. I do want them on carriers due to the fact that I can actually then move them about and obviously move in once we actually do effectively destroy his airfield. So what we're going to do then is we are going to stay above this line. So, whoops. Oh, fuck's sake. I hate when that happens. Let's just double check again. Right, still good. Ah. Right, there we go. So I think what we'll do then is... Now, I feel my best option in regards to actual movement of the task force is I'm going to assume he's going to be coming straight at me like this. I mean, obviously I would do the same as well. I'd imagine he's then going to expect me to head down this way because I've not given him any reason to suspect where I'm heading. You can see I'll be heading... I suppose I'll be heading westward, won't I? So what I'm going to do then is actually reverse course and actually head probably something like this and then around. Of course, these submarines will react, so we probably want to go a little bit further out and then around. The idea is he actually loses sight of the carriers. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do here. So head there. From there, head towards Saigon. And then by Sok. Actually, have that last waypoint about there. There we go. So, of course, he's going to be well out of range with his bombers, so we can probably relax a little bit more on the combat air patrol then to a degree. I'll actually make it 70-30. Yeah. There we go. Then obviously once we reach this area where we do have a little bit more safety, we'll obviously be able to rest a little bit more. What I'm going to do then is, what is the airfield like at Saigon in terms of size? Yeah, we can definitely handle them. What I'm going to do then is actually have our B5N1 Kates over here. Okay, so I'm going to transfer you to Saigon. The good news as well, we can obviously then put them back on the carriers in the future, should we choose to. So you're currently on 30%. What I'm going to do then is, let's see... We'll put about 4... Nah, we'll keep it about 30%. So 30% of the squadron is going to be out here, obviously on ASW patrol. What I'll do is actually set them an arc. Or do I set them an arc? Yeah, I'll set them an arc just to make sure... Well, then again... No, I'll set them an arc. So I'll take the other squadron as well. There we go. Set on map. Okay. The combat air patrol over the carrier should be minimal at 20% and use the zeros for the interception of his bombers and fighters over Mersing. We'll use these zeros that are in Malaya to actually then go, I suppose, long-range combat air patrol over Mersing, which will actually help. Yeah. The zeros from the carriers, I'm gonna make... Well, if... We'll see what our fortunes bring next turn. I'm gonna be a little bit more of the way of cautious with the zeros aboard the carriers. I do want to make sure the carriers are defended. We're not entirely sure what he may have in the area. He may pull something out of the bag to actually then attack us, so I am going to be somewhat prepared for that. Once we actually reach somewhat more safety, I'll be less overzealous. Carl, we've only got 2,000 men here. It will suck if we lose them, but I'm not going to throw everything at Mersing. There's no need. I will... I'll have 13, obviously... Yeah, we'll have 13 zeros head over to Mersing to obviously try and aid against the bombers there. But that's all I'm going to do there. I may take the additional squadron... Okay, let's see. These are the 1As. Right, I'll have the 1As actually join in at Mersing then. We'll have some of them... Yeah, I do need to reduce the numbers here. Okay, we'll have 60% of the squadron out. I'm going to have about 40% of them actually rest. I should make that about 20%, about 30% on rest. There we go. Numbers are high, but not that high. The 1Bs are also going to sweep over here at Johor. Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Well, yeah, but the thing is, is he going to send all his bombers here to Mersing, or is he going to send all his bombers over this way and try this way? I'm not certain which one he's going to go for. But we do have a... Yeah, we do have a middle ground. Ah, thank you there, Black Star. I'll take a look at that in a moment. I'll just load it up in the side screen here. Thank you very much. Yeah, we'll take a look at that one shortly. Yeah, so we'll go for this as a middle ground then. So obviously the 1As and the 0s over here in Malaya will patrol over the skies of Mersing. The 1Bs will sweep at Johor Bahru. Of course, our carriers will be busy looking after themselves, as of course we still are in quite a bit of danger here. Not potentially from bombers, but... And this is obviously not... I mean, what is the range of Blenheims? Yeah, he did last time because he wasn't aware of carriers in the area. Or at least they were definitely out of range. I'm not entirely sure if they are out of range still, so we're being a little bit overcautious. Oh yeah, but the thing is, those men there, I'd like them to survive, of course, but it's not a major concern. It's not like a campaign-ending concern. The carriers are, well, a hell of a lot more pivotal. Okay. What I'm looking for now is the Blenheims. Right, I think it's flying the Blenheim 4s. So the Blenheim 4s, then they have... Yeah, their range is about 9 hexes. Extended at 11. I don't know if they actually have drop tanks. They may have access to drop tanks. Now, he may potentially have access to the Mitchells. Yeah, he knows about them from obviously that type over that way. But of course he won't know where they were. Now he does. Don't worry, Carl. We're not going to lose the campaign against the 2,000 men. We'll be good, don't worry. Right, let's see. 25 Mitchells is what I'm looking for. There we go, 25 Mitchell. Yeah, range there is about 10 hexes, maximum is 12. So that's what we're going to be really looking to fear. What I will do then is actually reduce the amount of combat air patrol then. I'll take it down to 60 then. Give about 40% of the squadron some time to actually recover. There we go. And that's still a considerable numbers of zeros, so that's good. Okay. The 84th. I wonder where the rest of their squadron is. They actually might be the entirety of their squadron. Okay. Not too bad then. I wish obviously we did have an additional squadron, but hey, that'd be fine. Well, yeah, you, I mean, Carl, we're doing this, don't worry. I'd rather be closer to use these zeros. Yes, they do have the range, but I'd rather not do that because we may face interception. We are going to see a lot more zeros lost from the operational losses over here, should they become damaged. So, once we're in this sort of position over this way, we'll see how the campaign flows. And we did knock a good number of his fighters out next turn. I'd say if we inflict losses like we did last turn, it might be about 2 to 3 days and then we'll start bombing his airfields. Of course, should his actual bombers fly out, 2 Mersing will hit them there with the 2 squadrons. We'll sweep over here to try and reduce fighters. Yeah. Oh well, I'm going to be cautious this turn. And then we'll see how things turn out, won't we? We do have these zeros running escort here. I'm going to reduce their altitudes down to about About 15,000 feet, actually. Yeah, I know it's a little bit of a stick in the mud. I just want to be... I'm going to be overcautious this turn. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm just going to be overcautious this turn. And then... once we know we're okay, then yeah, we're okay. But until that point, I just want to make sure they make it. So... do forgive me. Please. 1 from the 77th time. We did see some sweep at Bangkok. He is obviously trying to hit us as well. But I'm not going to rise to that bait. Okay. You're like a pilot. 2 pilots, actually. These are phenomenal aircraft. So currently you're on reconnaissance without really anything there. They'd be better off on a nail search if they're over the water here. Right, what we'll do then is... I'd like to have more information on, of course, Singapore. Well, let's say... yeah, probably Singapore. I might go with Singapore, obviously, build up my information there. That'd always be a good thing. Especially, obviously, as we will be bombing the airfield soon. I'll reduce the number of search planes. I might actually have them... well, this is it. Yeah, I think what I might do is... fuck, I'm undecided. Yeah, I fucking hate biplanes with a passion. Okay, I'm actually going to have them on naval search. Yeah, they really are lovely. I'm going to use them for other purposes due to that longer range. What is their speed actually like? Let's take a look. Oh, their speed is really good. That's fantastic speed there. Black Star like, yep, you know it, boy. Okay, 6,000 feet. We'll have 20% of this. Well, we'll have about, yeah, about 70-30. Is that the extent of your range? Yeah, just about there, isn't it? Just wait for the strafing A-26 and B-25 bombers later, you will learn how to hate them. Oh, God. Hello, want some sake. Sake be nice. That's impressive. Right, you're currently resting. Bugger it, I'll just have them out. Fatigue on the planes isn't incredible. We'll just have 100% of the squadron out, considering that 2 of them can't fly anyway. So what I'm going to do is actually set the arc down this way. And a little bit further. Yeah, there we go. Actually, maybe... nah, that'd be fine. There's only 2 of them. They're not really going to cover all of this anyway. I'd just like to see if they can detect anything. I'm considering actually having this G4 squadron turned around from over here to... okay, HA-43s and 45s. That's good to know. We'll take a look at that in just a moment, actually. I think what I'm going to do is actually have them target down there. Okay, so we'll start, obviously, down here. Another perhaps 20 degrees. Right, obviously narrow that down a little bit more. 180, 220? Sorry, 200. 190, 200. little bit too narrow, isn't it? Right, how about 210? So that obviously covered this area then. We'll go with that then. So if we take a look, we obviously have a pretty heavy amount of air activity here. That'd be good. Have a bit of coffee. Okay, there we go. We'll obviously take them off at full speed once we're able to. Yeah, they'll still intersect. Well, they'll still merge, so that's good news. Right. You're patrolling here. Well, I should actually give you some patrol zones to actually make you move in. You've taken a bit of a beating, haven't you? Yeah, I'm gonna have you actually retire. So we'll have you return to Saigon, actually. Yeah, I can't wait for that modernization. It's gonna be amazing. And we do have the 54 Sentai that's obviously been turned into K-43s, but once we have them in numbers, that'd be amazing. We do have more A620s as well. Well, the thing is, Carl, we still have... Yes, we'll take a low star this turn, which obviously nets us an additional base. I think... You know what actually I'm going to do here? Let's see. What do I have? You're set over typing. Why am I looking at typing? I don't even know where typing is. Which is typing? Where the fuck is typing? I don't know where typing is. I forgot what typing is. Yeah, I know. That's what I've been wondering for a while, to be honest, is just why they're there. I'm gonna say probably... I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. Part of me thinks it's maybe like some kind of strategy just to distract my submarines, but then it's like, well, you're putting your ships in harm's way. Why? Well, harm's way, why do you want to do that? But then another part of me thinks that... I don't know. I'm gonna say... I'm like 60% onto the idea that he's doing it to distract my submarines. I'm about 40% there on maybe low on fuel, but then like I can't see how we could have used all that fuel. I don't know. I really don't know why they're there. The most logical reason I can come up with is the fact that maybe he's using them to distract my submarines. But the thing is, if he does that, he's not really going to be able to get the Prince of Wales or the Repulse out of there. The thing is, why would he want to do that? They're in the best place for them, and he knows that. He knows I have naval bombers operating now, in numbers he's not yet seen. And that I can't wait to show him, to be honest. So I don't know why they're out there. I really can't fathom it, because there's a lot of ships out this way. At the end of the day, I might lose bombers attacking them, but if I take them out, that's just going to be additional ships that, yeah. I don't think he's given up on Malaysia. I don't think he could definitely... I don't think he'd want to. He has a lot of troop numbers here. Definitely numbers to slow me or to make things difficult. He's definitely committed in the air to this theatre. For example, these planes over here, they could have been transferred to the Philippines, for example. Should have given up here. I don't know. I think he's... I'm just going to say he's using it to distract my planes and stuff. I don't know. I really can't come up with, like, yep, that's the reason. Okay. What I'm going to do is actually run reconnaissance. Oh, that is typing. So I'm already running reconnaissance over typing. Right. Okay. You may be able to suppress the Singapore air defense enough to destroy the ships. Yeah. We'll have, maybe... I think we'll see how the results of tomorrow go, and the day after, in terms of reducing his number of fighters... And then we'll go ahead and actually try to destroy them. Yeah, I mean, obviously that is a good point, isn't it? If we suppress his air defenses enough, we can obviously then just attack the port, which would be very nice. Right, what I'm going to do here then... So we do have the 1st Tank Regiment. And the 5th Reconnaissance Regiment. Your detection 9 out of 10, so I think there's... Oh, no. I mean, it's not perfect. It's like suggesting 6 ships there. That's just sighted in ports. There's going to be more ships than that. Oh god, yeah. I mean, if I've sunk them, I'd be shocked. I would be absolutely shocked. I still believe they're alive. I do. I don't think they'd go down to like 2 if they ran away and you haven't spotted them. Well, this is it. They could have ran away. But I think I would have had a good chance of picking them up. But then again, we could have lost sight of them. I'm going to go on the theory of they're in Singapore. Not that it really makes a massive difference to the strategy here or not. I don't think they could have run away. We'll see. True, Carl. But you've got to bear in mind, we've had heavy cruisers mistaken for carriers. Or battleships mistaken, light cruisers mistaken. Pilots do make mistakes. Well, I suppose I'm going to go with the theory that the Prince of Wales and Repulse are in Singapore. I mean, on those ships sitting outside of Singapore, I would send a small destroyed detachment there. Really? I mean, if they've gone down, I'll be happy. Don't get me wrong, I'll be happy. I just don't want to actually believe it until I know it for certain. Right. Okay, what we're going to do now then is... let's build up some information. So we do have a good detection level there at Kuala Lumpur. Malacca, we don't... Well, actually, no, we do have good detection. Okay. I have a good detection level over here, actually. Which is quite nice. It's not amazing, Quantan. Yeah, Right. Okay, so continue the reconnaissance at Taiping. I thought I was selected on a mission here, actually, to be honest. Right, what we're going to do then is the 1st Tank Regiment. Wow, that's 103 vehicles, my lord. Okay, the 5th. You're going to shock attack here. The 1st Tank Regiment. Right, so I'm going to ask you guys a question. If I actually go with a shock attack, they will immediately attack. If I tell them to actually... if I give them a destination, will they attack and then begin to move? Obviously, I want to capture the base and begin moving ASAP. I think what we may be able to do here, considering the fact he is pulling out, is we may be able to drive down here as quickly as possible. Then again, let's take a look at the terrain. So the terrain is jungle. Okay, so it doesn't matter. I'm not going to be able to make the progress I want to make. Yeah, if we take a look over here, then armor movement through the jungle is actually worse than that of the infantry, so it might even come down to the infantry taking the base and then moving the armor up via rail. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to tell them to go on to shock attack. We'll take that base. Tell them to plan for someone else. Just tell them to plan for Singapore at the end of the day. Yeah, they'll be there next turn. Good news. Okay. Counter-attack and move in the same turn. Well, that's alright then. So the armor will take the base. The rest of the force will move on up. We do have some aviation engineers as well, which is always a good thing. Obviously, make use of additional bases then. I mean, this one does have a fairly decent-sized airfield, which would be nice. Also, would give us a bit more range out this way. I do want to just have additional air bases just to have additional capacity in the area. Yeah, so that'll work out fine. Obviously, capture that base. Then we'll have the infantry marching up over here. I'll have the armor actually just move up via rail, to be fair. Yeah, a bit faster. Okay. Does that actually give me anything here? Yeah, I don't think it gives me anything with a road, actually. You may be able to use the Kotobaru forces to take Kwantan. Oh, via the road here. 2 tiles were a road. Yeah, we could potentially make it then to Taiping. Okay, so what we'll do then is we'll have the... Let's see. I want some... Actually, then again, these guys should move faster. Motorized support. Yeah, they would be the ones to move fast then. So what we'll do then is cancel that. Obviously, don't want you to... Well, no. What we'll do then... I'm so indecisive, it's incredible, isn't it? Okay. They're both going to move. Because the infantry will be here anyway. I'm going to tell them both to make for Taiping. Yes, both of them make for Taiping. If I can actually move 2 hexes, if the armor actually does move at the speed that we wish it would do, we might then be in a position to actually capture that base at Taiping. Which would be incredible, because then from Taiping, we'd have 1 hex of jungle, and then we'd have clear terrain here, so obviously we'd make full progression here very, very quickly. Then jungle, I mean, this is jungle or jungle rough, but it's still jungle. So obviously that would still take some time to reach Kuala Lumpur. But the thing is, should he pull his forces out there, we wouldn't have to be too worried about sending our armor off on its own. Okay. We'll go with that sort of idea. And yes, I could send forces to Kuantan, but I'd rather starve Kuantan. I don't want to send my men all the way down there for no particular reason, for the most part. I'd rather have them travel via rail down to here, or even just have them just starve. You forgot to set the armor on move. Oh, right, bad one. Okay, good spot. Good spot. Okay. Yeah, we do have decent roads here. 20th AA Regiment is moving. To Singora, obviously increase the amount of AA there. I don't have much in the way of AA here. It's nice to have some though, I'm not gonna lie. Just plan for Cutter Roof, obviously that would increase your effectiveness. I know we spent nearly an hour and a half just over this area, but this is where most of the action's actually going on. Though we are coming close to finishing up here. Right, the 42nd's moving. They're part of the 5th Division as well. Yeah, we'll plan for Singapore, because at the end of the day, that is going to be the final objective. So that kind of class, how you do, my friend? Mind this aside for the moment. Okay. Kutabaru. Not Johor Bahru. Fuck. Okay, what we'll do then is we'll take some of the reconnaissance then. Right, yeah, the reconnaissance then we'll switch over to this unit here. We'll obviously gather some information then. You should chase him. Okay, that's fine, I'll go with that then. What should we send? 114th. Where are they? Unless some of their numbers were lost at sea. Right, I'll have the 21st Infantry. Currently, you're loaded up to move, however. Right. Okay, so you've just arrived in Singora. Hello there, Shannon. How you doing? Not too much. We've mostly been just wrestling with some interesting issues. Okay, so I have an RTA division. Right, obviously the Imperial Guard division. You want his units to arrive at Singapore, beat and disrupted, not give them time to freshen up. Okay. That's cool, mate. Okay, so what we've done, Ben Shannon, is we've set the altitude of the K-43 1As and the 1Bs down to about 15,000 feet to make the most of their maneuverability. The 1Bs are going to sweep at Johor Bahru. The A6M20s from Singora are going to escort, well, basically run long-range combat patrol at Mersing along with the K-43 1As. We do have the carriers, which are actually going to make a tactical movement, which is going to be... yeah, they're going to head like this. Did I actually change the settings to the Vanguard? I didn't. Okay. Time it allowed. Do we want them to react? I guess I'll have them... do I have them react? I guess I'm... I'm just thinking, do I have the Vanguard follow the actual escort carrier? Well, actually follow the carriers. If I have them set to react, I don't want to have them drag the carriers out of position, but then again, I don't want the Vanguard to be out of position from the carriers. I'm going to leave... see, they're on retirement, but they have no reaction. No, I'm going to leave them on remain on station. I don't want them, obviously, to leave the carriers. Okay, so we're going to make a tactical movement around here, out of the range of the enemy's bombers for the most part. Right. Okay, let's edit these patrol patterns. Reduce, obviously, the speed down. I don't know why he has them. I really cannot fathom it. 3 ships here. Okay. Increase the patrols. So the Vanguard follow the carrier task force, so them on retirement allowed, and reaction to 3 to 4 hexes, they won't leave the carrier task force as long as they have ammo and fuel. Okay, that's good news then. We'll do that then. So this is why I'm glad that I get to stream this. Because it's so much better when you have somebody to bounce ideas off. Okay, we'll do that. Right, I want you to clear your destination. Hello there, Wallpaper. Welcome to the stream. Have you thought about landing a Sumatra brigade for that sweet, sweet oil? Yeah, we do have a landing force that will be coming down here with 2 escort carriers as well as the aircraft tender to land at Miriam, Brunei in that area. It is a focus, but I'm more focused on this campaign at the moment. The resources will come. I really do want the victory points first and foremost, though. If I can win that way, I'd be happy. Right, okay, so, follow. Retirement allowed. Max reaction 3 to 4, okay. Right then. The carriers will lead. Hello there, Major. Yes, I have been reading the air mission coordination, so we have done a little bit of that. Okay. Right, so we'll set our destination again. Set it just outside of Kotovaru. Singkawang. Alright, okay. You know, I'm not entirely sure which base that is. Is it over here? Ah, yeah, there it is. Sinkwan is great for suppressing... Yeah. Well, what we'll do then is once those troops arrive, we'll have them make their way across these bases then. That's fine by me. I'll set these waypoints up again. Well, actually... I would like them to try and avoid these submarines. That'll work out fine. Okay, we've got that set up. Right, brilliant. And the Vanguard is going to follow on behind, obviously with our reaction. That's going to be good. We have our additional forces that will be meeting them out here, which is going to be great. Okay. So I think we're done here in Malaya. Of course, I do need to set a force out here then, don't I? What I'll do then is... I'll take the 56. Considering the fact they're already unpacked and ready to go, I'll have them start to make their way down here. So it's only 4 to 6 miles away. That's really nice, wow, that's impressive. Can I give them some artillery? I don't think I actually have artillery here. Did you catch Force C? Well, I fucked up on the first turn and actually missed destroying them. I don't know if here. We're somewhat 50-50 on whether Force C is in Singapore or whether they're elsewhere. I mean, I don't know. It's one of these things. I guess there's a 30% chance that she's dead. I suppose she's 30% chance that she's alive. I guess there's a 30% chance she's alive and not here. Right, well... Okay, what we'll do then... Yeah, we do need the 56. We do have their troops on the way to actually combine them. Okay, what we'll do then is... I'll have the 56 loaded onto transports. I do have the 55th Task Force 97. Oh, which is here. Okay, so it's the 18th Division. Wait a minute, can I combine 2 divisions here? Oh, 18th Division, okay. Right, alright, that's fine. Okay. Right, we'll wait for our forces, obviously, to combine, and then I can split some of them off then. Or I could take some forces from Singora. Indeed. I would like to pursue them to a degree. What I'll do then is I'll take the 1st RTA Division. I'll have the 1st RTA Division loaded on rail and sent down to Kotoburu. We have discussed actually having them basically harass this unit and the units here in Malaya. So yeah, we'll have them move down here. I don't mind about the Royal Thai Army divisions because they're not... I mean, they're good. They're alright. They're okay. But they're no Japanese. So we'll have them move down here then to harass this unit. Obviously have this division form up and then they can move. We are moving our armor here. The 1st Tank Regiment and the 5th Reconnaissance Regiment down here to Taiping. The infantry are going to arrive here next turn. And then ideally we can make up some room here. I'll have some of the infantry split off to take Georgetown, but I do have reinforcements on the rails actually ready to go. I mean, currently I have the Imperial Guard Division just resting here, which is probably for the best. Keep up their training. Their plan for Singapore, very good. Okay. Right. Okay. I think we are pretty much good to go now on Malaya. We've altered our bombers, we've altered all that sort of good stuff. I think we're alright. Okay, so we spent literally almost 2 hours, well, almost 1 hour and 40 minutes in this area. Let's see. I'm going to have these, what are we running at here? Okay, I'm going to run them at about 15,000 feet. Yeah, there's a whole lot of fatigue there. That's the 24th. Right, 2 of them aren't ready yet. I'll wait till they're all ready. That's a lot of fatigue there, so I'm going to reduce that down. I'll have about 40% combat air patrol. Same here. Right, of course we're still loading. I think we're almost done now. Nowhere near. Yeah. There's a lot of troops trying to be unloaded here. I think what I'll do then is we'll cancel the unloading for the time being. When it comes to the enemy CVs, this is must read for all players. How to orchestrate a carrier battle. Okay. Right, we'll definitely take a look at that in the future. I think I just need to get the turn finished. Okay. How many vehicles do we have on board here? It's just equipment, and obviously it's going to be equipment because it's fucking tanks. Right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel the unload in here. So I'm going to have this task force obviously take priority once again. I want those men and engineer, obviously the infantry and the engineers off, and then we'll unload the tanks. So I can't afford a slowdown. We may then have to... Yeah. I think it may very well be that we have the 2nd Division that's loading up at Nagasaki. I think it's actually on its way from Nagasaki. Actually land down here where the port capacity is actually higher. Yeah, they'd unload sooner then. We may take an additional port that is better, but I'm not too sure about one. So it might be best that we land here with those additional troops, which are on their way already. Yes. 5th, is this 4th Division? I think it's 4th Division. Definitely want to give this further escorts. Okay. So I'm going to tell you to land over here for the time being. Right. You're currently on full speed. Yeah, we may not get too far with that sort of... these patrol boats are really slowing them down. Right. What I'm going to tell them to do is use waypoints. Currently they're on a direct path. I'll have them run to about here. Then I'm going to have them actually head further south, so about here. And then, yeah, coming down that way. I want to draw them away from enemy submarine activity. Of course, we will have further escorts. We do have escorts on their way already. I do have escorts over here that I can then give to them. So we'll have an additional 5 destroyers in total then. These patrol boats are not too bad either. Yeah. So we'll be able to make up the numbers of escorts there quite nicely. Right. You will be in combat next turn. Considering you will be entering this hex here, so I'll tell them to be ready. You're going to take some time. I'm going to tell you to just keep on moving due to the fact that obviously, yeah, you need to move. We are going to tell our forces over here in China. I'm going to launch a deliberate attack. $9,000 troops. What do you guys reckon? Do we go with a deliberate attack or do we go with a bombardment? See, I could beat them, but I don't want to lose too many troops in the process. But then again, obviously that's going to slow them down and hurt them quite badly. We'll go with deliberate attack. I can obviously recover. They are going to obviously struggle. So we'll tell them deliberate attack here. Yeah, we'll go with that. We do have enemy forces on their way over here. I could further fortify this area, but I'm not going to. What I'm going to do then is, let's see. Let's, okay, well, they're only on training, aren't they? You're running supply transport to Hong Kong for some ungodly reason. So stop that. Right, why don't you just stand down for the time being? Well, actually, they're damaged, so they're going to be repaired anyway. What we'll do then is we'll have you train. Where's the rest of your squadron? KI-56s. Just you? Okay. Right, just tell them to obviously train them, I guess. Right, Vassalis. Oh, right, fair enough. What I'm going to do then is, let's see. I'm going to bomb this unit moving into Fushao. Ah, right, okay. We still have our paratroopers, somewhere. They're over here somewhere. Yeah, here they are. I do need to find a way to use them. I'm not entirely sure where I'd want to use them. But we'll find somewhere in the future where I think they will come in handy. I think the reason I'm a little bit hesitant about them is the fact that they... Well, I only have one of them, so... I don't want to just throw it away, to be honest. Okay. We'll do that in China. Now, this unit doesn't appear to be moving. So what I'm going to do then is we're going to take the 104th Division. I'm going to have the 104th Division unpack. But I'm going to have them actually head out there and attack the enemy. So tell everybody to unpack. And there we go. So once they're unpacked... Yep. Combat. Right, terrific. So our 38th Division detachment will remain in place, but what we're going to do then is actually unpack our forces over here at Canton, and then we'll head out and attack this unit directly with the 104th Division. We're then going to begin the march to Kukong, though I may actually do the same against this unit over here, once we have the 38th able to reorganize again. Actually, what I'll do is I'll have the 104th Division move here, and then the 38th Division could persecute a campaign to the north, perhaps. Possibly towards Wuchao. Wuchao obviously having resources light industry, which is quite nice. An additional air base in this area, and of course it does deny the enemy a base. would obviously have access to these roads over here, leading towards Quilin and towards Liu Chao. Liu Chao. Yeah. Deliberate. Then again, no, we'll go with shock. I think they'll eventually crumble. It's just their bloody numbers that make things awkward. Ah, there's the riverine transportation. Good. They're moving up to Hankau to take additional engineers. Okay. See, some of these forces I could take out. These divisions here I can't. Without, let's say... you know, that's so expensive. Yeah, I don't think I can actually afford to have you transferred out. Yeah, not yet. I guess I'll keep them there for the time being. Though, to be fair, what we'll do then is actually put them on rest and training. These engineers, I'm going to keep on the rails just for the time being. I may actually have them transferred out. Okay, 63rd Infantry Group. Okay. Nagoya. Alright, well, we'll rebuild the 43rd Division. Oh, they're not even arrived yet. Ah. Okay, well, that'll explain it. So these infantry groups part of... Oh, actually, no, you need to go to Kijo. And then you'd be able to rebuild the 49th Division. Okay, so that's the 64th Infantry Group. Do I have anything in the area that could take you? I do not believe so. I'll double check that I can actually do that, first of all. Without having them transferred to another headquarters. So fuck it, just put together transport just so I can see. Yeah, fuck, whatever. That one ship will do. Right, load troops. So I can't take them. I'd have to have them reassigned. But what we'll do then... I mean, I can even take the troops from Kijo and actually have them brought here, to be fair. Whichever works, to be honest. But it would obviously be nice to actually combine those divisions. Okay. How goes our progress? It's going. It's moving. Oh dear. Right. We'll set up a continuous supply here for oil. So set the... I think they've only just arrived, or... They may have been there sometime, but I'm not entirely sure. Right, so load oil. And then I'd like you to head out to Hirosaki. There we go, continuous supply for oil. There we go. So at least we'll have some oil coming in. Now, what do we have here? 21,850. So I'll tell you to actually store oil. Toyara is actually storing oil at the moment, but I'm going to tell them to stop. I just want them to store resources. They have a fuckload of resources here. Yeah, do that. Am I building... Yeah, I'm building up the port, aren't I? Oh, so that's going to take a hell of a long time. Okay. Submarines are moving here. Now, I did talk about actually diverting submarines, but I'm not going to do that until we actually have them closer anyway. And we've got our move set up over here already, which is good. Right, you. Soldier boy. Okay, patrol here, of course. When are you heading? You are currently heading west. Currently heading west. I'm going to anticipate a move towards Numea. So I'm going to tell you stay like that. Right, max reaction. Yeah, I'm going to anticipate them to move like that. So in fact, what I'll do here... Hello there, Barayan. My concern is the future attack. If he gets intel reports on it, you could lose it all. Yeah, which is why we're going to be... How to say? If I can now work. Yeah, what we're going to do here, obviously with the max reaction, we'll obviously move. Right. Tell you to actually go to patrol. Where are you actually heading here? You're moving east. You are one I definitely want. Okay. Threat tolerance is high. Get in there, boy. Okay. Yep, I can understand the worries about Fiji, which are completely founded. So what we do have here is a couple options that are open to us. We could perform a fast transport landing here at Nadi using our destroyers. That's something we can do. I'd be able to land... I'll have a look in just a moment. How many men could we land there? The destroyers are carrying... Let's see... 90 men. Right, so they're carrying just about 200 men. So we don't really have the numbers for that, do we? A patrol boat is carrying a little bit more, and 2 guns. Our speed isn't bad. Of course, that's where the bulk is. The issue is I can't actually have them combined into a task force, and that really is annoying. What I may want to do is actually take a look around these islands and actually establish another airbase, to be honest. That could work. Though, there is something to say about actually going in balls deep and having just a couple hundred men land at Nadi, actually try and take the base at Nadi, and actually establish something of a beachhead for us. That could be a really good thing to do. But the numbers aren't great, and I'm not happy about them being in separate task forces. That does make me quite nervous. That and, yeah, what's going to happen here is basically... Yeah, it's not going to be great. Okay, I'm going to go against that one. What we're going to do then is actually... Let's see. See, we're aware of something over this way by the Santa Cruz Islands. Port capacity 1, but no air capacity. Port 1, but no air capacity. You could board irrelevant units on cargo ships with your jets to go somewhere else, then stop the movement a few days later. Yeah, potentially so. I need an island. I wish I had an island here with an actual airfield. It's a shame that this one's been wrecked, but well. I think it'd be a little bit too dangerous to head down here. There's a New Zealand brigade on Fiji. Yeah, we're aware of these men here. I mean, if I landed here at Nadi, I mean, that would only be to actually, basically grab a forward base, but obviously then I'd be overwhelmed before the reinforcements actually arrive there considerably further. What we may do then is, let's see, port capacity. I'm looking for an airfield, god damn. Yeah, absolutely. If you want an elegant solution, take Savi or some of the smaller bases east of Fiji. Yeah. You think we could... Yeah, well, I mean, that is the best we're going to get. Port capacity and air capacity. I doubt it's going to be too heavily defended, but that is what we're looking for. Yep, Savi it is. Not too far away either. Right. To Savi. You're currently making full speed. Is that wise? No. Not really. No air bases other than Fiji and Pago. And Pago... Fucking stupidest name ever. Probably is a little bit too tough for us right now. Right, we're going to be heading at 14 knots, but we are going to... I wish I could combine them. I really wish I could. But we'll have them head there separately due to the fact that I don't want them to obviously fuck up. Okay. So we'll have just over 1,000 men there. Basically, it is going to be a very dangerous mission, but it could actually confuse him. And if we do take the airbase here, I could actually then potentially transfer planes from Tarawa to that airbase. If we take a look at the range here. Yeah, that Fiji snipe. I mean, that's 31 hexes, so they would probably be able to rebase there. So that would be great. It won't until we get information that's unconfirmed, but it may act on it. Yeah. Okay. So I think this is going to be the last thing we really do here in this turn. I don't think we have that much left to do, to be honest. Now, I did talk about actually having these guys run full speed, but I think what we're going to do, actually, is due to the fact that we are going to be rushing like hell, is we're going to actually have transfer Nagato and Mutsu back into the cover force. We are going to tell them to actually go at mission speed, which is still fast, don't get me wrong. And then we're going to actually travel to Tarawa. We're going to meet at Tarawa. Okay, this force is underway. They're heading towards Suva now. It's going to take them a couple of days to actually arrive. Savi starts with a tiny garrison of 160 men. Oh yeah, that's fantastic then. I think that'd really get him. I think that's a really fantastic idea by Major, thank you very much. I think that'd be great, because then what we could actually do then is actually base our patrol aircraft over here, which would give us an amazing ability to actually project some air power. It might not be much, but to actually have the ability to see what is on the horizon before it arrives and bloody bombs you would be quite nice. And it also gives us a potential to actually... I mean, we wouldn't be able to use torpedoes, but I'd be able to use bombs. But their ability to actually scout the area would be immeasurably useful. Okay, I also do have these engineers over here. They're going to be shipped out to Tarawa immediately to give those bloody planes some reprieve. So, full speed, chucks away, chaps, chucks away. Right, okay, tanker here. Good, good. Savai is over here. So it is about 15 hexes away. That's a bloody considerable distance, isn't it? You take a look at the distance over here. So like Nagasaki to Shanghai is only 11 hexes. Oh, bloody hell. I'm not very good of a player. I don't think I'm very good here. Right, we also do have the light cruiser and patrol boats. You're currently heading over that way. Oh, right, you're already on the way, aren't you? Okay, what I'll do then is put you in with the actual ships over here. You're not going to reduce the actual speed of the force here. Yeah, you may want to clean up all those smile islands. Definitely. Right, Kotori. Leave behind the patrol boats. Actually, no, these patrol boats could do very well. Ondo would be interesting. That tank in the Marianas? This one over this way? That'd be a concern. A way around that is we could potentially use the Ondo replenishment. Well, the actual oiler. Basically have it run as replenishment. Have it take the actual fuel. How big is it? Just under 10,000 tons. I can actually have that converted to an oiler. By Jove, I'd love to do that. Okay. What the hell's running to the north? Right, Ondo is running there. Now, Ondo, you're going to stay the bloody well here. Right, you continue to head back. Two patrol boats. Yep, okay. So we have, wow, old cruisers here. The Kotori class. The Kotori rides again. Okay, and then we do have two patrol boats, 6,000 endurance, that's pretty good. Right, replenish at sea then. There we go, I'd imagine that actually came from the Ondo. Do not fucking unload. You don't have any fuel. Do you have any fuel? Where's your fuel? I think we just use that fuel. I might have just used that fuel. Okay, Ondo. Yeah, you're not carrying any fuel. Okay. Head back over this way, then. That might be why you couldn't... that's strange. You must have unloaded on the island, or they must have taken it from you. But they have fuel now, so that's all that matters. Okay. They're heading back to, obviously, pick up fuel. Well, they are going back to repair. These guys are heading back. Obviously, we'll have lots of submarines heading out. They're heading out. Good, good. Okay. The Kotori doesn't even deserve a destination like cruiser. Would you mind showing me the B7A2 Grace, what it's classified as? Sure. Is it a Japanese aircraft? I was hoping... Alright, there we go. Was it B7A2? Ah, there we go. It is classified as a dive bomber. That's rather impressive then, isn't it? That armament's pretty effective, Jesus. That's a nice aircraft. Actually, it's quite some way in, isn't it? Okay. Sweet. Okay, so that situation's been sorted. We're actually going to make the most of our forces here. And to be honest, the actual Makin Island invasion's actually done some good work. They actually took Canton Island and eliminated an engineering unit there, which was obviously forced to surrender. If they can then head down to Savaii and take the base for us before the actual main invasion, so then we could actually base our planes there, that'd be a fucking cool. Oh my. Honestly, I think this could actually really work out incredibly well, and it's shocking to say. Okay, you need to get the hell back, but not that way. Right, you're set to max reaction here. I'm going to tell you not to react. I don't want you to react. I want the actual planes to do the reacting and you to do the living. Okay, what I'm going to do is actually... Right, you're going to merge over this way, but you are heading a little bit close. What I'm going to tell you to do is... I'm going to cancel the meeting for the time being. What I'm going to do is actually going to tell you to head up over this way. Well, where will the carriers be? Okay, you're going to be there. Ugh. You're currently making full speed. Right. And carriers are coming in too close. Right. Do your planes have the rebasing range to get from Savaii? Well, the actual H6K4, sorry, their range is 25 at max. I think you can roughly rebase what seems to be just over your max range, maybe twice your range or something, or give or take something of that nature. I know it's somewhere above the actual range, so we might be able to pull it off. We may even have to take one of these islands in between, but we could potentially do that. Right. Yeah, those 800 kilogram bombs would be nice now, not gonna lie. Okay, obviously you need to head back. Though, part of me wonders, is it perhaps worth it to actually keep them out this way, potentially in the Marianas? Possibly like a Guam or Saipan. I might do that. Though it could be a bit of a risk. David, is that encouragement there? Is that belief, or is that defeatism? Because you're probably right. I'm under no illusion that there's a 99% chance that we fail. Okay, what the hell was I going to do? That's not too bad. Right, that's underway. Right, the carriers, that's what I was doing. Okay, I'm going to have the carriers head out. Yeah, realism. Right. I'm going to have you head off a little bit before that. What I'm going to do then is we're going to our carriers here. Right, Shikaku. Right, so you're set to naval attack. Okay, Bugger's Hole Room. What we're going to do is take the planes from Zuikaku, the escorts. Right, run long-range combat air patrol. You're going to run long-range combat air patrol over Task Force 16, the Midway landings. Task Force 16 is going to run full speed. You need to get there. Amphibious, yep. And Task Force routing. Can only set to normal. Do you want to get it set to low just so we actually land? Well, let's take a look. We do have 2 ships here. Yeah, Black Star is responsible for the R&D. Yep, good point. Of course, we do have our float planes. Okay, we'll up this to about 30% then. Yeah, we'll go about 30% then. Yeah, I'd rather find the enemy targets. So we'll do that then. Okay, so we'll have a squadron of Zeros from Zuikaku. Actually running combat air patrol over the carriers there. I'm going to up the amount of combat air patrol from the rest of the carriers here. Right, currently you're set to 100%. Fatigue's a little bit high. I'm going to have it down to 70-30. So, considering you have low fatigue, I'm going to have the full squadron out. I'm going to actually decrease some of the altitude here down to 15,000 feet. Shokaku. Low fatigue, so I'm going to have 100% of the squadron out. I'll have them down at 16,000 feet, so they actually still have that little bit of height, but they're actually a bit closer. Right, there we go. Increase the amount of naval bombers out. Right over here at Kaga. Right. You're running naval attack, and I don't want you to run naval attack. I want you to run ASW patrol. In my games, I've always had a double search, i.e. 2 squadrons covered in a search arc on the vector. I anticipate the enemy single search on the backside. Yeah. See, the thing is, I don't know where to expect the enemy to come from. Of course, we couldn't expect them to come from the south, but we did see other forces out this way. So I'm going to keep them on a random search arc for the time being, just to make sure. I do not want to be surprised. Okay, 50% combat air patrol. Right, torpedo bombers set to 30% air patrol. Right, you're running 100% here. Right, I'm running 100% on both of these guys here. The reason being... Right, increase that as well. The reason being, obviously, we've lost quite a few... Right, you're low on torpedoes, so we'll set you 2 bombs then. Yeah. Second squadron, though, will run at 15,000 feet. Okay. No, so those dive bombs to naval attack, 30% of them will perform ASW. Ah, right, okay. Right, we'll do that. Just change that over in a sec. I'll have 20% of the squadron on anti-submarine duties. No. But only leaves us 6% of the squadron, while this leaves us 70% of the squadron. No. We aren't anticipating a battle here at the moment, so I'll go with this. So set all dive bombers to this. Yeah, don't worry, I'll go back through it and make sure we do it right. Okay, naval attack. Right, you're currently on search, which is fine. Let them do that. Right, these Kates are going to run 20% ASW and 10% search. Due to the fact that they're using bombs, we are lacking torpedoes here. The other squadron... on Karga, yeah, full... They're going to run 30% search with, obviously, the naval attack still using torpedoes. Okay. I think that's the most we'll get. And yeah, I'll show you the search arcs. So we do have some planes over here to Wake. Wake is going to receive some supplies next turn, which is good. So obviously we are running search over this way. Yep, and then we have some naval attacks with the G3s over here. The island, Kawalajin, whatever. And then obviously the H6Ks over here from Tarawa. I am going to change that search arc. Put all of them on here for the time being. Okay, I do want to cover this island, this area actually. Okay. Yeah, wow, okay. Those are some pretty big-ass bombs, aren't they? But Kates cannot dive. Right, that's a good point, isn't it? That's a good point. Swoop bombers. So we want to actually set the Kates to about 10,000 feet then, don't we, if they're using bombers? If they're using bombs, then. Yes, okay. So actually change the altitude to 10,000 feet then, so it's a horizontal bomb. Also going to increase their range. There we go. Obviously you're using torpedoes, so obviously you'd perform an attack like normal. Right, yep, that's fine. Meet the carriers. Merge. Okay. Optimum heights for Kates is 8,000 feet. Okay, that's good to know. I know a level attack is at, wait, is 10,000 feet considered a swoop attack then? Or is it because they're naval bombers? Torpedo bombers, they'll perform a swoop. Okay, that's good to know. So just out of AA range. Well, we might make it. What I'm considering here to make sure we make it is if I form a new task force of amphibious. Let's see. Looking for speed here. Right, if I take out 2 of the slowest transports, which are carrying some elements of the Naval Guard, how many are they carrying? Right, not a huge number here, actually. Yeah, so they're carrying about, like, 300 men or something. So if I take a look at this, and obviously tell them to obviously go for Midway at full speed as well. Yeah, they won't make it. But if I have them separated from the group, which obviously reduces our speed down to 11 knots. Right, what we'll do then is actually transfer the slowest ships into this little task force here. Okay, so then the slowest task, ship in the force will be 17 knots. Right, okay. Yes, right, okay, they definitely will make it. Yeah, so this is what we're going to do. I mean, that is a risk to the actual men aboard here. There's 523 men aboard here. It is a risk, I know. Remain on station. You need to go balls deep. We have a serious lack of ASW there. Serious lack. Okay, what we're going to do here... I'm going to try and intercept this submarine with my own submarine. If there's any chance in hell that it succeeds, then yeah, it'd be worthwhile. Right, linger a day. Okay, so our carriers will merge. So the thing is, we aren't detecting anything out this way either. So that's okay. Obviously, our detection range is not very far. And it's like, what, 10 hexes at absolute most of the jakes. And obviously, there's no guarantee they'll detect them. Yeah, we'll give them a little bit of an escort. How about a AMC? Low ammunition here. See, I lack a lot of the ASW here. I'll take one of the destroyers from the actual main body. Yeah, low on ammunition here. Obviously, these are the additional destroyers that joined us. Okay. Take one of them from the main body. So that's Tanakaze, he's going to join in. Okay. Yeah, ASW is very low here. We do have, yeah, so that brings us up to 18, obviously 20 with that destroyer back in. Okay. I think that'll be the best bet. So obviously they're going to make good progress. At full speed they won't make it, but they'll make it the next turn, the next day. Just have to hope for the best. If we take a look at the weather out here. So, extreme overcast. The moonlight is down to 0%, so it's not going to be very easy for them to be spotted in the night. So our first force might make it. I'm going to make sure that they're all set to plan for Midway. I don't know if that'll help them, but might. So, it's a good idea, I suppose. Hello there, Apollo. The war's going interestingly. Interesting, I suppose. We are making big moves, to be honest. We have currently operations planned. Well, we'll have our landing at Midway next turn. We have operations to ideally take the Fiji Islands. Wow, Singapore 100. That's bloody amazing. Yeah, that 25 is actually going to make a difference. It's hard to say, but there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. Just everywhere. So very much. Okay, these units actually getting some planning experience. Well, planning bonus will be nice. There we go. Yeah, they're all set for Midway. Fantastic. Okay. Right, Suva. Build up that planning bonus then if we can. Ideally we sink some ships down this way. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Right, there we go, all to Suva. There we go. Right. Is there any more? Yeah, just a couple more. I think we'll have an aviation unit over here as well, which is going to be great. So we have Naval Guard. Should have some engineers. Oh, I guess it's just Naval Guard. Where the hell are the engineers? Did I not take... Oh, I guess I must have been lying to myself then. Right, I'm gonna just go over these submarines again. So right now, we're heading towards light cruisers. And I think I need to ignore them and in fact go for the kill over this way. I mean, right, what we're going to do then is we're going to set these up again. So we're going to have you head over that way. You're currently heading west. So I'm going to have you follow him. Right, that's you. Right, I'll perhaps send two. Or do I? I'll send a second one this way. Right, you. I don't think they'll be able to make it in time, will they? So head just directly this way. Obviously make full speed. Right, you're in reconnaissance of a Nadine, mine. Right, you. Oops. Patrol just outside the port. How does one land in the port? How does one actually enter the port? That's what I need to know. Right, so if I was obviously to enter Suva... Right, I'm going to assume from here or here. So, that's where we need to patrol. Move full speed to make sure you're in position. Right, I think that's a much more effective setup for our submarines here. So basically, we'll have this one trying to obviously intercept this group here. We're going to send 2 submarines after this force here, because obviously there may be a troop transport. I think it was over this way. We are going to send 2 submarines this way. We do have I-15, which is always going to immediately chase. You can only attack ships in the task force in the Hex. Can only attack ships in task force in the Hex. Right. Oh, I'm not trying to, like, attack. Ah, right, okay. Yeah, what I'm trying to do here then is obviously anticipate them moving beyond my submarines here. So that's why I've set, well, patrol patterns to actually go there, then obviously move up. This one obviously moves up this way. This one's over here just to pretend, well, ideally hit anything that tries to potentially enter back into port, which is an actual option. But I think it's probably the best I'm going to have here. I do have a good number of submarines, which is really quite helpful. Right. Right, okay, we do have these guys on their way to the Philippines. They're currently making full speed. I'm going to continue that. You're on your way to Truck. You do have a bit of supply on you as well, which is nice. You're obviously on your way back to Japan. You're heading to San Fernando. Okay, I'm going to change your waypoints. I'm just going to give you that direct route. Okay, then obviously they're going to come down and head this way to the Philippines. Right, that's good. I think a lot of things are in motion here. And it is rather exciting. Also, we don't need a garrison there, which is why I'm moving out. Go AG Force. Okay, the only air attacks that will fly here. Ah, that's interesting. If the port is size 3 or smaller, the subs can attack within it. That's bloody interesting. See, something else to bear in mind is I don't believe B-17s can actually operate from air bases smaller than size 5. I saw that today, I'm sure. So that's something to bear in mind. And to cover a sub-sneak into small port without subnets. Yeah, it's bloody awesome. We can really use that against the enemy. I'm sure there will be opportunities to do so. Like, for example, like Palmyra, or Pico Pico, all sorts of little ports like that could actually be attacked quite nicely. Okay, we do have our submarines actually moving into the shipping lanes here. Of course, I'm going to actually spread these ones out later. Right. Right, okay. Okay, so, should we take a look at the actual aircraft, well, the actual engineering. So, well, bloody hell, well, you know what I mean. I'm getting tired. Right, engines is what we want to take a look at, really, isn't it? Right. Okay, so what sort of numbers should I be wanting here? I could increase the number. Yeah, I know, it's such a good game, isn't it? So... Black Star, Major, Lupus. Your guys, time's to shine. Let's take a look at our engines here. Is there any engines that we should actually increase our capacity, well, for? Nah, mate, Carl. I think you need to stay with me. Alright. Let's take a look at what I'm actually producing, to be fair. Probably the best way. Right. Okay, sure, mate. We'll get the engines going. Okay. Are you working engines first? Okay. We'll just get this engine work done, and then I think we're really just done with the turn. Should be good. We'll actually have a really quick turnaround. Which is good, because I'm streaming for Matrix tomorrow. Actually going to be streaming some War in the Pacific for Matrix. So that's going to be cool. Bloody hell, they were actually shells. That's freaking... That's crazy. I was looking at the link. That's pretty incredible, really. Oh, yeah, Lupus, I'll be streaming from 6 PM GMT to 9 PM. I'm going to be streaming the scenario, the campaign scenario, basically, where the Japanese have, like, well, a much tougher resistance in the first 6 months. So I'm going to be streaming as the Allies, actually. So it'll be the first time I actually play the Allies properly. So that's going to be cool. I'm not entirely sure how many episodes they want me to do. Depends, really, if they want to pay me. I'm trying to save up for the house, and I'm considering bloody studies this year and then university the year after, and then eventually teaching history. So shit ain't cheap. And I'm poor. Right, so we want to change over the Argus. To Mitsubishi HA43. There's the Argus. Oh, is this the Argus? Right, okay. Kayabaya. To the HA43? 43? God damn it. Okay. What sort of numbers do they want to start producing then? Not a huge amount of supply here. Any grey engine factories are smaller than 30 expand to size 30. Okay. Even the turbojets and rockets? Do I still want to produce the Archie HA60? Yeah, I know, right? I mean, the course I'm going for is, well, for mature students. Basically, it's an access to higher education diploma in history. So I'm going to go for that. So about 9 months' time, have a diploma in history. It's like I've already got like 2 A-levels in history. But the thing is, I would rather do that than have to go to college again to make sure I was all ready for it. And obviously had this stuff ready. So, yeah, 9 months there. The good news, if I do get a loan, which I will get a loan, obviously, because I'm not bloody rich, is supposedly with these access to higher education diplomas, if you then go towards university, that loan is then written off. So, which is great. At least then I actually get into education, get started with that going for me. And then obviously then go on to whichever university. I'd love, absolutely love to go to York. That'd be amazing. I'd love York. Yeah, and then there's also a get into teaching program where you can supposedly qualify for a 26 grand bursary. I don't know anything about that. I'm just going to obviously get the degree first and then go for that. Right, set, yeah. Right then, set the Toko rocket. I mean, I wish we had jets, that'd be amazing. I think I need just 14 here. Yeah, that takes a 28. Right, you need a HA-60 for the duty of reconnaissance and early dive bombers. Okay. I'm glad that we're looking at this now. Right, there we go. Move the Turbo and Toko into Naka 45s. Right, sure. See, the industry is something I'm still learning. I think it comes really from the experience of actually doing it. Right, there we go, good on supply. Obviously time to repair. Okay, do we want to produce more HA5s? Move the Mitsu HA42 to the Mitsu HA43. Okay. Right, they're already set, that's good. Ah, see you later, Cal. Yeah, don't worry, you're not going to miss too much. We're just going to finish this engine management off, and then we're going to call the turn to an end, actually. I'm sure THG will be very happy. Okay. Movie Kawasaki HA60 to Mitsubishi HA33. Sorry, why did I say 33, 43? I'm getting tired. Right, Kawasaki HA60, yep. There we go. HA5 can go to Naka. Okay. Yeah, more HA-35s would be incredibly useful. Yeah. A bit of an overproduction of these Achis. Do we want to convert all of these HA60s? Oh no, well, we need the HA60s, okay. Hitachi early to Mitsubishi HA33. Okay. Well, we have an overproduction there, but that'll be alright. Yeah, it's definitely more streamlined. Hitachi Amikaze to Mitsubishi HA31. There we go. Right repair. Okay, that's looking a lot neater. Thank you very much there. R&D on the big late war engines, factories on the core early mid-war engines, yep. That's great news. Yeah, this is it. At least we'll be able to tweak as we go on then. I really want to see some R&D start somewhere. And of course, we are seeing some facilities coming online, which is nice. So a question I want to know is, so for example, of course we have like halted the Yamato. How do I know what date she will arrive in? Because obviously this doesn't automatically update. So if I was obviously to change this back to normal, would that actually update the date of arrival? That's something I'd like to know. I really want to know how to actually balance when the Yamato arrives. Okay. This is, I'm trying to just find something online. I do wish it automatically updated. I think we might have lost all the progress that was done, but I'm not entirely sure about that one. It'd be kind of mad, obviously, to have the construction halted and then it just, like, yeah, just took out the whole. Of course not. Tracker should tell you in ship production. Okay. I mean, that's what I want to actually find out. I want to find out what day to start building Yamato again. I want her to arrive the same time as Musashi. Of course, we're obviously saving that heavy industry in the shipyard points. It means I can actually have the Yunyos on accelerated. Is that how it works? Yeah, thank God then. I know it's not, it's just I'm obviously quite worried about that. Right, ship production. Obviously we do have a difference here, but it is not great. It should reduce, obviously, as we do have ships coming soon. Right, if I take a look at the BBs then. So it's still showing date of arrival, obviously, there. Right. Well, it's mostly because I want to save these shipyard points, to be honest. But that's good to know. So is this when she will arrive on the 30th of May? When does she historically arrive? Would you say the shipyard savings is not worth it? It was launched on August. Ah, right, so it has been pushed back. Oh no, it hasn't, of course not. Okay. Yeah, of course we're still spending it. And of course there's still a deficit. It's just not as large of a deficit. But it's still, okay, we'll start building her again. We can always change our minds later, then it seems. Okay, she'll continue her construction. Yeah, that's true. Right, okay, with that done. Right, deliver to attack, yep, good. Set for Huainan. Can't tell if those forces are moving. Okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, that'd have been bad. No, I do want her. I want her mostly because I kind of do want a battleship. It's not great. I know that. It's just cool. So can't be helped. Okay, you're not like, set to move, but you're not moving, so might as well get you moving. Right, so all forces are obviously moving. Tell them to follow. Set future objective at Changchao. Yeah, these forces are still on strategic movement. I still want some on strategic movement so I can move them across China should I need to. Right, sort by type. Okay, you're following the 14th. Right, that's what I like to see. Okay, have the armor move up. Okay, that's good to know. She's been delayed slightly then. Can I actually build any of these units though? Seems not. Oh, we do have the Unrow class. Is it Unrow class? Right, yeah. That's a good point. Just gonna pack these air guns. Okay. I didn't change their headquarters. I'll do that now. This is the 22nd hour Flutilla. I'll just double check anyway. Yeah, 22nd hour Flutilla. Okay, I'm gonna call that something I'm happy with. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty tired of this moment. So I think that'll be the turn. But indeed, thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching, and thank you to all of you who do make a massive effort in actually contributing to this series. You do massively help out, you really do help me learn a hell of a lot. And I hope you realise you do make this series all the better. And this is it, it's like, it's a bloody... I'm not convinced of the value of changing headquarters for our units. Well, I'm going to go with it and see how it turns out. But we'll consider that in the future. We'll consider this a test then. But yes, as I was saying, you guys really do make it happen. So until next time, thank you so very much for watching. If you have enjoyed this, please do consider becoming a patron of mine via Patreon. It really does make a massive difference. It definitely does help me out. And, you know, I love to try and bring you guys the best entertainment I can, because, frankly, I've got nothing else to do. I'm so used to streaming, I literally cannot do anything else. I find it weird to play games solo. So, help me have a reason to fuel my apparent addiction, because, I don't know, I find it really difficult to actually play something solo anymore. It's weird. So, this is it. This is my life. Oh dear. Okay, until next time, guys. Thank you, and adios. Tenno, Haika, Banzai.